Samantala, matagumpay na naidaos ng Office of Civil Defense ang second Earthquake Preparedness Summit na dinaluhan ng higit 200 earthquake experts, professionals at volunteers. 2 araw na ginanap ang summit sa Quezon City kung saan tinalakay at pinag-usapan ang mga disaster response strategies at teknolohiya para mas mapalakas pa ang paghahanda sa The Big One o ang magnitude 7.2 na lindol na posibleng tumama sa Metro Manila at karating lalawigan oras na gumalaw ang West Valley Fault. Sinabi ni Office of Civil Defense Administrator Undersecretary Ariel F. Nepomuceno na nais niyang matiyak na handa ang bawat Pilipino sa anumang sakuna, lalo na sa lindol. Batay na rin sa kautusan ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Dapat anya ay alam nila ang mga plano at mga gagawin.
The Big One refers to the West Valley Fault System moving and possibly unleashing a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. Napakalakas po nun. Hindi nyo kayang tumayo sa ganong klaseng lindol. And soon we will have our own simulator in Camp Aguinaldo and hopefully in Clark para malaman nyo kung gaano kabigat at katindi yun. Para kayo nakasakay sa ATV, all-terrain vehicle. Hindi yan kaya ng lakas ng loob or muscle. Tutumba kayo. Now, the forecast or the projection done in a study way back 2004 by JICA, MMDA, and PBOX, ang sinasabi dyan, immediately may mamamatay 30,000 plus from collapsed structures and from the simultaneous, spontaneous fires, mga sunog, plus another 18,000 plus. So, nasa 50,000 plus. Mamamatay kaagad. Kahit nung COVID, hindi natin dinanas yan. 100, 200 nung COVID, pag may namatay isang araw, overwhelmed yung ating health system. Again, 50,000 plus immediately will die. 162,000 plus will be seriously injured and kandidatong mamatay. 4 to 6 million individuals will be dislocated. Magulo yan. Mass hysteria yan. Nung nangyari sa atin sa Tacloban, akala natin pag Pilipino, hindi uso yung nagsasakitan. Unfortunately, nangyari yan. Sakitan yan. Over a bottle of water, awa yan. So we have to be prepared. And according to the same study, matagal na yan, meaning mas marami na tayong populasyon ngayon. Around roughly about 500,000 structures, struktura baka mag-collapse or at least heavily damaged.
Sinabi ng OCD Chief na kailangan na maghabol ang Pilipinas sa paghahanda dahil hindi anya katanggap-tanggap na abot sa 50,000 ang posibleng mamatay.
So when I'm asked, are we really ready? So there's no simple answer to that. Walang shortcut doon, walang pagpapaganda, walang sugar coating of the reply. Otherwise, we will be remiss with our mission. Wala tayong pwedeng bulahan. We have to be accurate in our answer.
Sinabi pa ni Yusek Nepomuceno, 3 ang level ng paghahanda sa malalakas na lindol. Unang level ay ang pagpapatupad ng engineering solutions at pagtitiyak sa structural integrity ng lahat ng mga gusali na kayang mag-withstand ng minimum na 8.5 magnitude na lindol. Tahasang iginiit ni Yusek Nepomuceno na dapat walang mangyaring shortcut pagdating sa pagtatayo ng mga proyekto ng pamahalaan o kahit pa simpleng bahay para matiyak ang kaligtasan ng bawat Pilipino sakaling tumama ang The Big One.
Ang obligasyon natin, siguraduhin alam nila na nasa peligro sila at paalalahanan further na ayusin nila yung kanilang mga tahanan na maging mas matatag laban sa lindol. At alam din nila dapat yung gagawin kung sakasakaling magkalindol nga.
Dagdag pa ni Yusek Nepomuceno, mahalaga ang pagtatayo ng mga tinatawag na earthquake-resistant buildings at mga tulay. Tinataya kasing nasa kalahating milyon na struktura ang masisira o babagsak sa pagtama ng isang magnitude 7.2 na lindol.
This is the first line of defense. Ito yung proactive, preventive. Kasi may mga kaibigan nga ako, they're preparing for a 10 magnitude earthquake. So ang struktura natin dapat matitibay. Houses, buildings, condominiums, offices, hotels, bridges, matibay. So wala na dapat shortcut. Kultura ng Pilipino, madalas yung shortcut. Mayabang pa, pinagmamalaki pa kapag naka-shortcut sa pagkuha ng construction at occupancy permits. That should stop. And we need the help of the DILG to request to our LGUs to do their jobs. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi. Kailangan lang maging mas mahigpit, lalo na sa mga itatayo pa lang ng mga bahay. At yung mga nakatayo na, kailangan niyang ma-inspeksyon. And it's not that simple. Pera yan. We need professionals to do that. And engineering solutions cannot be done by ourselves. Dapat professional. So that's the first line of defense. Are we ready with that? Alam niyo naman, malayo-layo pa tayo dyan. We have yet to finish a complete structural integrity audit, especially of the critical structures. Hospitals, mga headquarters, municipal halls, kung saan meron tayong command and control capabilities, telcos, energy institutions, mga power plants, and so on and so forth. We have to make sure that this can withstand the earthquake.
Ikalawang level ng paghahanda at line of defense ay ang paghahanda ng mga mamamayan. Gaya na lang ng pagsasagawa ng regular na earthquake drill. Umaasa si Yusek Nepomuceno na marami pa ang sasali sa drill sa tulong na rin ng media.
Huwag nilang biruin yung duck cover and hold. This will save them for the first few seconds. Few seconds lang yan ang earthquake. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Although with an exemption, dati may 8 minutes in the other countries, but few seconds lang yan. Duck cover and hold, then run to the open space. So we have to do all these practical lessons. So yung second line of defense is the preparations for the citizens, for the residents on what to do. May go bag ba sila? Nag-usap-usap bang pamilya? Saan sila tatakbo? How will they account each other? Kung kumpleto sila? Paano kung gabi? Paano kung ang tatay nasa trabaho, si kuya nasa eskwelahan, and so on and so forth.
Ikatlong level ng paghahanda at line of defense ay ang government response sa tulong na rin ng pribadong sektor.
Kaya ba ng pamahalaan to react if this happens? In principle, the answer is yes. That's the good news. Pero huwag tayong titigil. We have enough manpower, the uniformed services especially, the local government workers and volunteers, we have enough manpower. When we counted that, nasa 20,000 more or less. And then we have, from the BFP especially, we have skilled rescue personnel who can do collapse structure rescue. Pero padadamihin pa natin yan. And then we have good equipment, life detectors, heavy equipment with the help of the private sector also. And then we have the capability of the redundancies and communications. We can establish the command and control. Pero padadamihin pa natin yan. Plus, automatic naman that we have the mechanism or mechanisms that wherein the international community can also immediately respond once we need them. So these three levels of preparations, the engineering solutions, the public sector preparations, and then the government response, yan po yung kasagutan dito sa Big One.
Nababahala naman si Yusek Nepomuceno sa katotohanan na hindi prioridad ng mga Pilipino ang usapin pagdating sa disaster preparedness batay sa isang survey.
Sa first three, ang pag-angat ng mga presyo ng bilihin, inflation, trabaho, hanap buhay. Sa bandang gitna, security, criminality, peace and order, kasama ng West Philippine Sea. Sa bandang dulo lang, 9 and 10, ang epekto ng climate change at paghahanda sa kalamidad. Maraming dahilan yan. We have to prepare the communities, the residents who are the would-be victims. Makipag-agawan tayo sa attention, level up our information campaign, again with the help of media. We have to catch the attention and give the utmost value and importance to this undertaking of preparations.
右边明天的，回来回来，左边，哦，哦，站住站住！
Kasunod ng nangyaring 7.7 magnitude na lindol sa Myanmar at Thailand, hinimok ni Yusek Nepomuceno ang lahat na stakeholders na hindi ito ang panahon para maging kampante, kundi maging agresibo sa paghahanda para marami ang makaligtas oras na tumama ang The Big One.
Hindi pa tayo pwedeng mag-relax. Itong pinili nating katungkulan ay talagang mabigat. Pagbutihin pa natin, hindi pa tayo pwedeng mag-relax. We have to keep on improving the preparations. We have to create the noise so that we can catch the attention, especially of the communities. The government should keep on improving our capabilities. Then the engineering solutions, kasama ang private sector dyan, this should not be left on the shoulders of the government alone. Sama-sama ho tayo. And the activity today, again, is not a simple conference. This is our contribution to the efforts of saving the citizens, the residents of our country, plus ourselves and our loved ones. Pagbutihin pa natin. Salamat sa inyong pagpunta at sa ating pagtutulungan upang magawa natin ang misyon natin.